Tristan joins us now. Thank you. And yes, you've got quite a perspective here between the restaurant sector, shoe retail, and of course, P&G, the biggest consumer products staples giant. So what are you seeing in terms of consumer behavior and how it's rebounding?
Yeah, no, it's an exciting time. I mean, our company is really seeing record growth in terms of Walker & Company as it relates to the digital channel. You know, fortunately, we were well prepared for this growth, as our history has been one that's been digitally native and tangentially related. Opportunities like buy online, pick up in store is a very real opportunity we're seeing, and I'd imagine many other retailers also seeing. You know, it's convenient, efficient, and most importantly, consumer-centric. And I'd expect COVID-19 has really created this new normal of digital penetration, not only to raise awareness, but also sell-through. And even with the shelter-in-place requirements, you know, consumer staples from brands you trust and diversification of product lines still matter. For folks who actually had the means to do so before COVID-19 hit, folks will still want to wash their bodies, comb their hair, clean their clothes. And our retention economics are improving in a big way, and now even more measurable with this increased digital push.
Tristan, I wanted to ask about you joining the Shake Shack board. Congratulations on that, by the way. I mean, when did the conversations start? Was it an easy decision for you to join, or did you push back and ask them for certain kind of guarantees about the direction they were heading?
No, I mean, we started these conversations in late 2019. I'm excited about the brand and a number of reasons why. I have tried very diligently to partner and align myself with companies that focus on three things that I believe matter. First, the importance of the demographic shift happening in this country, something we've talked about in the past. Second, brands as a force for good, right, in this world. And three, the importance of technology. And I think the companies of the future are going to be the ones that embrace all three. And Shake Shack is certainly one of those companies, as is Foot Locker, Walker & Company, et cetera. And there's great alignment in terms of our values, our kind of view of the future. Fast forward, 6 months later, I have the wonderful fortune to participate as a board member.
They're all brands. And you did say something interesting about brands, Tristan. You said they're going to be valued in this kind of environment, which is interesting because it would mark a little bit of a departure from what we would normally see during a recession. The last recession after the financial crisis, companies like P&G got hurt because people were buying, generics. They didn't want to pay premium prices for brands. Is that different right now?
Yeah, well, I think people want value. People want value from brands that they trust. Procter & Gamble is a brand that folks have trusted for over 180 years. Walker & Company has a suite of brands that folks have trusted for the past 7. We just have the opportunity and flexibility to deliver them what they trust quickly and efficiently, whether it be digital or actually in store as well. This is a very different world than we were in 10 years ago. Folks want to align themselves with brands that share their values, that serve their needs. And I am so excited to be able to align with kind of these companies that do just that.
What are you thinking right now, Tristan, in terms of the shape and the strength of the consumer in light of the coronavirus crisis? Do you think it's going to bounce back pretty strongly and quickly, kind of to the same degree as the stock market has?
I'd like to hope so, but I think it's not without ensuring that we are focused and prioritizing the safety of our consumers. Folks want to get out and kind of interact with the brands that they care about, but they want to be safe. And it's our job, it's our duty to ensure that they are safe. It'll take as long as it needs, right? With our biggest priority being their safety. I'd like to hope that it changes, but, this virus will kind of take its own course, and we need to be adaptive, agile, and really respect that in a very big way to serve our consumers in a safe way, but in a hopeful way.
Any insight into how much of the buying power that we've seen post-pandemic and as we've reopened that you talk about has to do with the enormous policy support we've gotten, whether it's stimulus checks or PPP loans, keeping people working, the mortgage relief? A lot of those programs are coming to their end. So I wonder if you see that as a big headwind here for consumer spending.
Well, I think so, not only for consumer spending, but also jobs, right? Certainly, folks are getting the stimulus that they need to, be able to pay for rent, right? Pay for food, pay for some of the consumer staples. And this goes back to what I said a little bit earlier around, this idea of consumer staples really leading here, and the diversification really mattering for folks. So yes, we have seen, with our kind of record growth, some of that benefit, right? And I'd imagine some of it is going to level off as it tails off. But that's why it's so important, at least during this time, to really tighten the trust and loyalty that we have with our consumers, so that retention continues after all is said and done. And I think we are kind of well positioned to be able to do that.
Tristan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.